I didn't notice.
It's like, what? Damn, what's going on?
What? What's going on, man? You gonna share?
You must listen to the co-host from the couch on what's lacking from Instagram bios, because things are changing quickly. The Joe Budden podcast is currently undergoing a significant makeup change. And indeed, Danny from Stop TV has confirmed that I have new information regarding the lawsuit. Let's discuss it then. First off, Melyssa Ford's co-hosting role on the Joe Budden podcast has been deleted from her Instagram bio, and the blue perch has vanished from the most recent episode. Additionally, it appears that DJ Premier either completed the remix or had it altered, because not only is her intro from today's podcast missing, but the images feature all of the guys. We can thus interpret those as proof that Melyssa Ford is no longer featured on the Joe Budden program. He is still in the introduction, even though he hasn't appeared in the last few pods. I believe he is secure. And before we begin, I must state this. To the rowdiest seat in the pod, may you rest in peace. Nobody was able to sit in that chair without getting cut up. Additionally, I will miss it. As for you, I have no idea. Leave an RIP message in the comments section. Although I would like to offer something more, I must first catch everyone up, so we will return to that. Furthermore, the perch might not be the only alteration. When Parks and Mark arrived at the pod, they reported seeing an empty room that Mark had not even noticed, suggesting that the entire furniture arrangement is soon to alter.
And sat here for a half hour, and there was no furniture, and I didn't notice.
Yeah, I walked in and I was like, what? Damn, what's going on?
What? What's going on, man? You gonna share?
With the facts I'm going to share with you, I'm wondering if the JBP will end up back in Park's basement, just like they were in January of this year. For some people, it appears that the Patreon leak may have caused more harm than good, because things start to get interesting at this point. I have receipts from another source, and one of our readers mentioned a lawsuit involving Melyssa Ford in a remark. Melyssa Ford and the Joe Budden Show are involved in ongoing litigation, but it's not what everyone is speculating about, and I guarantee you won't guess. I'll check to see if anyone has picked up on my clues. Post your conjectures in the comments section. While you're doing that, be sure to subscribe to my channel so you can stay up to date on the latest developments regarding the JP, as well as my thoughts and reactions. This is because the alleged lawsuit between Melyssa Ford and Joe Budden, which has been the subject of much speculation, has not been verified and is not the matter that has the potential to further alter the JBP as it currently stands. I'm looking for proof that the neighbor has attacked once more. Joe was forced to change course and carry on shooting the pod in Park's basement after this neighbor filed numerous complaints and issued an order. Recall that they were all discussing the traffic and the drive. Along with their complaints against Joe Budd, the JBP, the Condo Association, Melyssa Ford, and a number of unidentified John Does, this putative neighbor appears to have had another motion filed or ordered during the summer or an addendum. I will read it straight from the document, which also claims that the neighbor installed cameras to monitor the JBP's operations at one time. The filming question was taken by a camera that the plaintiff had covertly installed, and that was discovered to be able to record audio and video from Joe Budden's stairway and private apartment without Budden's knowledge or consent. Oh, I see. Do you believe that Joe has been silent because of this and that he is unable to respond to the rumors at this moment due to some degree of confidentiality? Joe, if that's the case, blink twice. I'm kidding, everyone. I am aware that the pod is not amused by this. They take this seriously, but I find it unbelievable that it has been brought up again. The documents indicate that the case has continued exactly where it left off, with Melyssa Ford being charged with terroristic threats. Therefore, it appears that the pod might have celebrated returning to that building a bit too soon. This is the worst part. Another document claims that a process server has been attempting to serve Melyssa Ford, but that despite careful investigation, Ford's residential address could not be found, making it impossible to serve her in person. Additionally, based on the document, the plaintiffs read the redacted denial of admission to the building as a claim that Ford does not work or reside there. However, the paper also suggests that the Joe Budden network is in a unique position to ensure that Ford gets the notification. Therefore, while there is legal action, it is connected to the ongoing neighbor conflict that has been simmering since last year. These documents, her removal from the Today's Pod intro, and Flip and Mona taking Mel's place. I suppose it's not her seat, particularly if it's a brand new couch. This means that Mel is no longer featured on the Joe Budden podcast.
In summary, the purchase has been canceled, the couches will be changing, Melyssa has taken down her co-host position on Instagram, a neighbor lawsuit is still pending, and we have a flipping Mona revolving in Mel's camera angle. I can't believe how fast things are changing. However, Joe recently tweeted, "My God doesn't play about me," which is a statement he typically makes when there is a significant change. As I mentioned earlier, Joe was bringing us into the modern era slowly. We seem to be running right now. How do you feel about all of these changes as a watcher, audience member, fan, and supporter in light of everything that has been going on over the last month and a half? Is the beloved JBP signature skyline under danger once more? Additionally, I heard in the most recent poll that we must also include people who listen to our Apple Podcasts. Hello, family, and welcome to the JPP. However, I would like to know what everyone thinks Joe will do in this upcoming game. Keep checking because it appears that the pod is going to get much more interesting between the games I mentioned a few months ago and the pod turn saga, as I refer to it, with Mona almost becoming a free agent in the near future. He went so far as to suggest that Sasha might return. Did I hear that right? I'm not sure. Let's discuss this in the comments for the time being, but you and I will have a lot to discuss. Please like, share, and subscribe.